I said it the other day in my KTM 1290 Super Duke review that if you're gonna make a super naked, it may as well be loud and a bit ridiculous. This is a genre of bike that isn't built for rainy commutes or runs to the shop. They're mad super bikes with flat bars and really ought to be styled as such. And for me, the MV Agusta Rush 1000 is the epitome of this ethos. Now, I don't reckon it'll be to everyone's tastes, but I think we can all agree that MV have dared to be different. And today they announced a 2021 update which pushes this crazy looking bike onto the next level. So in this video we'll go over all of the specs and find out what's new for this model year. Now, if you're new to this bike, then let me take a second to explain. It's based upon the same platform as their Brutale 1000 RR Super Naked, a £27,000 bike which I was actually lucky enough to ride last year, and to sum it up, it's pretty fast.
No!
You get a 998cc inline 4 that's good for a respectable 208 horsepower up at 13,000 RPM, and peak torque comes in at 116.5 Newton meters at 11,000 RPM. There's a beautiful trellis frame wrapped around it, suspended on electronic semi-active suspension courtesy of Öhlins. Braking comes from Brembo with their top spec Stylema calipers, and the electronics are comprehensive with an IMU that powers all manner of rider aids including launch control and wheelie control. And this is all wrapped in a package which, it has to be said, looks pretty special. Now, the Rush 1000 is essentially the same bike, but pushes the wild style into a new dimension. Standout features for me would be that traditional round headlight and the small round taillight that looks like it could have come straight off the Super Veloce, and then there's the carbon rear wheel disc cover. I first saw it in the flesh when it was announced at EICMA in 2019, and I was sold straight away. So what's new for 2021? The engine makes the same 208 horsepower and 116.5 Newton meters of peak torque, but the valve timing has been updated in order to generate a bit more torque at low and medium revs. That's definitely a welcome tweak if you intend to ride it on the road, where you won't necessarily be able to access 11 or 13,000 revs all the time. The valve buckets have also been treated with a low-friction diamond-like coating, which MV say will improve reliability, and there's also a new primary drive gearing, which again reduces friction. Like other MVs updated this year, the clutch has been strengthened to improve reliability, which they say is especially needed under extreme starts enabled by 208 horsepower and a launch control system. The quick shifter also gets a new sensor that helps to deliver improved shifting precision, and that stunning 4-exit exhaust system has had a bit of a redesign which brings it more in line with the Brutale, whilst the main collector has also been tweaked in order to meet Euro 5 emissions regulations. But MV say that it isn't at the sacrifice of a good exhaust note, still producing a sweet inline 4 soundtrack. Now, the previous gen was already pretty well stacked when it comes to rider modes and aids, but a new improved inertial measurement unit has enabled MV to update their algorithms for more control. The anti-wheelie, for example, can deliver a controlled and held wheelie as opposed to just bringing the front end down. And the cornering ABS also gets an update with a new Continental MK100 module that they say delivers the ultimate braking control even at an angle. And the 5.5-inch TFT dash is also said to be new and updated, delivering all sorts of functionality including ride recording, phone connectivity, navigation prompts, and there's even a tracker built into the bike for security. But on the face of it, the dash looks pretty similar to the last gen to me. In terms of the chassis, the frame is said to have been tweaked, with some structural updates to make it more comfortable, efficient, and drivable. There are no details in the press release, but the rest of the MVs that have been updated this year got new side plates that help to improve stiffness, so perhaps those got carried over here. But elsewhere, the chassis is pretty much the same as the last gen. Not that that's a bad thing. The suspension is absolutely top drawer, with an Öhlins NIX electronically adjustable fork that has a titanium nitride treatment on the stanchions and a TTX shock at the rear, again with electronic adjustment. Brakes are from Brembo again with the Stylema calipers on 320mm discs, actuated by a Brembo radial master cylinder. A new leather and Alcantara seat design is said to be more ergonomic, but everything else stays the same, including the 186kg dry weight and the 845mm seat height. Now, the previous gen did have the option of a racing kit for £2,600 on top of the $29,680 you pay for the bike. That included a lightweight titanium exhaust with a dedicated map and a carbon passenger seat cover, all delivered in a wooden crate. For this model year, it seems as though all 300 bikes will get the kit delivered with them, although the price has gone up. Still, that gets you the SC Project exhaust again, the ECU, a carbon exhaust cover and passenger seat cover, as well as a guard for the dash, a CNC fuel cap, CNC levers, some lever guards, a pair of auxiliary lights, some wavy front discs, a bike cover, and a limited series plaque. It's already a very special looking bike with all of the externals made in carbon, and that race kit will add another level of premium finish to it. The paintwork has also been updated, with the old red and black scheme making way for a light and dark matte army grey with yellow highlights. They've gone for a bit of a military theme with the promo video too, and there's even a matching carbon AGV helmet available with a yellow striped spoiler on the back. Like I say, this one is limited to 300 units with a limited edition plaque on the bike. The RRP is listed at €38,800 on the MV website, which converts to about 33.5 grand in British pounds at the time of writing. That's about a grand more than the previous generation with the racing kit included, but let's be honest, that's realistically small change to the type of customer that will buy this sort of bike. Perhaps I can sell my trusty Triumph Street Twin and use the cash as a minimum deposit for a PCP on one of these. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments below, and if you're new here and you want to see more videos like this, hit subscribe and I'll catch you next time.